told me that she experienced homelessness and that she was pregnant. And the pregnant was a rape. What was the outcome of a rape? So I immediately grabbed her and she started crying again, and from that moment I knew she was in my life. I knew that I had to help her, and I had been at the pregnancy center, and I've been volunteering here, and I just knew I had to bring her in.
I stood up and there was something inside me that said, there's somebody behind that door that can help you. There's somebody there that can offer you the support that you don't have, the love that you need, just the compassion that, I haven't received throughout half of my life. And when I knocked on her door and she smiled at me, I felt welcomed. I felt like there was actually people out there that cared about me.
Wow. My life has changed in a better way. When I first came here, I was broken down in a low part of my life, and I didn't know what to do, and I came here. A few ladies that I had met with had reached out to me and helped me so many ways that I can do this, because I was overwhelmed. I have 4-year-old twins. I have a 2.5-year-old that's disabled, and here I am finding out that I'm pregnant again, and I was just overwhelmed on what am I going to do.
I would say that they've changed really well. If I've ever had any issues, like with family life or with the kids, I was able to come here and talk to Bonnie and Regina about lots of things. It's made me better coming here.
I feel like I get ahead and then somehow we get 2 steps backwards, so it's a lot to deal with, but with the support here, it's definitely helped a lot, and you guys have done a tremendous job and went way above and beyond.
Well, the Shirley Grace Pregnancy Center, to me, in my life, has been the almost like the stones that have led me to all the connections and to, a much deeper relationship with the Lord. I've been a very intellectual Christian for many, many, many years, and it's really been only in the last 5 or 6 years that God's gone in deeper, and it's just exploded in the last year. And it all started with meeting, ladies here.
My experience in abortion is because I've actually had one myself, and when I went to a clinic, I was told that I was 7.5 weeks along, and I asked if I could see it. Not many mothers wanted to, but I was young and I wanted to see, what it looked like, and they told me that it was just a blood clot, and it just looked like a blood clot. And in fact, when I came here, I found out otherwise, because they have these little what they call squishy babies, and they're really cute. And at 7.5 weeks along, it is actually, little limbs of a baby, and I didn't get to see any of that or know any of that. And had I known that, I would have kept the baby.
I was like, I'm getting an abortion. I'm getting it. Like I was sure. And they changed my mind.
Important things that I remember about that first visit here, and that was the first thing Mary did with me, was she said, let's pray. Can I pray for you? Let's pray. And it just touched me, and it brought a strength to me. And the Shirley Grace Pregnancy Center is all of that.
So thankful for his sister introducing me here, because I don't think I would know what I would be doing without this place. I would be lost.
From there, I didn't really know where to go. I really didn't have a good support system besides me and my boyfriend. That's pretty much, we just leaned on each other. So our caseworker from the health department, she referred us to you guys, and it's been great. Since the first day we came, Bonnie was here, and we just love her. She's the grandmother we've never had. She is so sweet, and we've just been coming here ever since and watching the videos and learning, because he's never been a father before, so I needed to catch up on my skills, brush up on them, and it was definitely a good learning source for him as well. And he absolutely loved coming here, which is funny because he's not a people person at all. But you guys are so welcoming and so nice that it was easy for him to do that.
I've received a number of services. One of them was, my first was my sonogram. My second was my partners program, which is where I come in, I meet with a person, and we go over steps like, it could be a number of things like parenting, you know, certain things with your baby, learning how your baby grows. And from that, I receive mommy money, and I benefit from that, and so does the baby when we get to go shopping at the Shirley Grace Pregnancy Center.
I come here and I do the little videos and you earn the little baby bucks. And then with your baby bucks, you can buy little clothes to start off with, or a car seat, stuff like that. They were helpful.
I don't know where we would be. Not only with what we don't have, but I don't know where we would be mentally. Because like I said, you guys have been nothing but good to us, and you know, that hope in itself is just hope, knowing you know people are out there that are like that, because you don't see that much nowadays, and that just gives me, I mean, that alone gives me hope that there's really good people out there.
I'm sure not having an abortion and adoption, I could live with it, because I knew there would be a child out there that I'm leaving behind, and that's gonna ask why I didn't love him when I knew in my heart that I did. So, you know, I decided to go on with my pregnancy and to have my child, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have my child, and I'm gonna take care of my child. And I know it'll be hard, you know, taking care of my 1-year-old and then having another baby on top of that, you know, but you know, everything happens for a reason, and I know I can do it. I know it'll be hard, but I can do it.
My advice to any woman that has had an unplanned pregnancy or is just finding out would be to come here and talk with the ladies here, and they would help you work through it in any way they can, and to do your sonogram or your pregnancy test, and that with the hope in the center here that you can do it.
It's just amazing how through my wife coming to the pregnancy center, hey, you got to come check this out. Me coming to the Shirley Grace Pregnancy Center, sitting down watching the videos in the partnership program is something that we could take home, and she wouldn't just come home and say, hey, I saw this video. Well, I saw the video too, and we could actually work it out together and watch the things we learned take hold in our house with our daughter. And it's just like, how can you not, you know, not preach, but tell that to other people, and like there's benefit to it. I've been there, I've done it.
It has. It really has. I'm more joyful than I was before. I feel the support, you know, not as much weight on me, and like that I have people, you know, like backing me up, you know, when I fight my battles, you know, that are just there pushing me forward, or when I fall down, you know, I don't have to get back up alone, you know, that you guys will lend me a hand, and you know, you guys, you know, and I feel the warmth when I walk in here, you know, it's like my house, you know, like a home, and I just love it.
It is hope, it is strength, it's grace, it's love, it's nourishment and caring and support. And being in a crisis like what I was in, you need all that stuff.
Felt before. And if that, you know, if I wasn't placed in foster care, you know, there could be a lot of things going on wrong with me, you know, because I do run a high pregnancy, you know, a high risk pregnancy. You know, there would be a possibility that I could lose my child, and, you know, I'd be really bad on drugs. And I just feel like if I never came down here, you know, my life would be a lot darker. I would be a very different person, very broken and very, you know, unhappy with myself, and living, you know, thinking about my son, you know, how I failed him as a mother, and how, you know, I wasn't good enough. I'd just be a very different person than I am now.
And where, you know, the different things that they led me to, and just seeing the way, you know, God had things planned, you know, when I met Bonnie back, you know, the first time, that impacted, you know, my life today. So it's just really, to me, it's just connection. It was just a place to get me into resources. I see like lines going out everywhere, you know.
You know, and I really appreciate, you know, everything you guys have done for me. Even though it's not a lot, it doesn't seem like a lot for you guys, but it's a lot to me. It means a lot.
We're behind you.
we're gonna get through it together.